TI family, Christine right here, back with another video, all in the mind. How the mysterious Havana syndrome is a global experiment in mass suggestion and not targeted attacks. Expert claims. But medical sociology expert, gotta make sure we point out his expertise. Dr. Robert Bartholomew is so convinced it's a case of mass delusion. He's co-authored a book on it with Robert Ballo, Havana Syndrome, Mass Psychogenic Illness. The real story behind the embassy Mysterian hysteria. Dr. Bartholomew doesn't mince his words. He means what he says, and he says what he means. There's more evidence for Bigfoot than there is for Havana syndrome.
Operationally, it works just like a laser pointer. There's a chamber inside with special materials that release photons.
If you're looking at a boat coming in over the water, you can target exactly the engine and take out exactly the engine and not necessarily damage anything else. So, and that type of precision weapon work is something that you don't really get with conventional weapons because there tends to be more collateral damage.
It's useful against a variety of threats, surface or air. It's not a niche weapon system like some other weapons that we have, throughout the military, where it's only good against air contacts or it's only good against surface targets.
The Pentagon has a new tool to ease tensions with crowds, but they're not using it just yet. Peter Ducey in advance tries it out for himself.
You can't see it, hear it, or smell it, but it makes unruly mobs do this. The Defense Department's active denial system, a non-lethal weapon that can be used to control crowds, secure perimeters, and keep pirates at bay. It could be a game changer.
Well, I'm definitely not a pirate.
Things that we can shoot first and ask questions later. Normally you can't do that.
The military says the active denial system is not radioactive, it's not a microwave, and it's not a laser beam. It's instead a man-sized beam of millimeter waves that can be fired from up to 1,000 meters away that are designed to get the subject, whoever's standing on this X, really, really hot so that they move. And it's about 50 degrees out here right now, but I just felt like it was about 1,000, and I've never been inside a tub that somebody dropped a hairdryer in, but I would imagine that that's what it feels like. After about 1.5 seconds, 1/64th of an inch of my skin was 130 degrees, but as soon as I stepped away, it was over, and the DoD says there aren't any lingering effects.
There's no cancer risk, there's no...
You hit him for 5 seconds, maybe.
The U.S. Army Fire Centers of Excellence now has the capability to integrate non-kinetic alongside kinetic effects. The FCOE hosted a directed energy hardware investigation against 2 different types of unmanned aerial systems in September and October of 2013 at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. The objectives of this investigation were to engage real targets with a deployable directed energy system, attack more than one type of threat, engage multiple threats simultaneously, and kill these threats at operationally relevant ranges. Integral to the investigation was Phaser, a deployable high-power microwave, or HPM system, fully capable of organic or third-party target queuing. Operators can choose system parameters to either disrupt or damage the target. The Phaser system employed was mounted in a 20-foot self-contained trailer that included an internal diesel generator. 2 different types of unmanned aerial systems were flown into the Phaser system's main beam. Both a Sentinel radar and a close combat tactical radar were used to detect and track both UAS threats and were linked through a command view tactical, a modernized command and control system, and networked together by main gate radios. For this initial directed energy investigation, operators kept the Phaser system focused on one particular spot in the sky. From 30 September through 3 October, the Phaser system engaged and shot down 2 different types of UAS targets, a Tempest Tier 2 UAS and a Flanker Tier 1 UAS. Both engagements took place at the speed of light, and target kill confirmation was immediate. The U.S. Army's Fire Centers of Excellence team has clearly demonstrated it has the capability to lead the Army and joint warfighters into the next generation of warfare.